What if you could create more kindness in the world just by being you? Everyone has the potential to create and receive more kindness. What if kindness is more than being nice and compassionate to others? Have you ever considered what having more kindness for you could create in your life? Get ready to learn how the energy of kindness is integral to reducing stress in your life and how it can assist in healing your body. Now, here is the host of Cultivating Kindness with Karen, facilitator of healing, Karen Leslie.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. It's always such a pleasure to be here with you and hanging out together for a little while. We have lots of things to talk about today, as we do every week here on Cultivating Kindness with Karen. And if this is maybe your first time joining me, well, I'm so happy you're here. We have always have really interesting shows. And yep, I'm intuitively guided through majority of the shows. I will have some set points that I want to make sure I get across during each episode. But really, to be honest, for the most part, I just show up. We see what happens. We see who joins me that currently doesn't have a body anymore. And what is it they want you to really know and to understand about every topic that we bring out every week here on, Cultivating Kindness with Karen on the Inspired Choices Network. So today, the title of the show is The Solution is Already Here. And I'm going to be really honest with you. I have been relying on that way of thinking for over a week now. And even within today's show. So what does all that mean? The solution is already here. Like, if you needed a solution and you already knew the solution, then you wouldn't be seeking a solution. That may be what a lot of you are thinking. And if I need a solution, how can it be here? Like, if I know I have to go and look for something, I need an answer. I need some form of information, then how can it already be here? I need to do the work to find it. I have processes I do. I have ways of looking at things that I follow to get answers, to get solutions. So this may not be making a lot of sense to everybody. So I hope by the end of the show, it will make a lot more sense. We all have times, if not even multiple times during a single day, where we're looking for a solution, an answer, a way of doing something or changing something. Like, it's a constant in our lives. Things are always changing. New information comes in. And so we're thinking, oh, okay, now let's pivot and let's do something a little bit differently, but not sure what that's going to be. So we are seeking a lot. And we have this conscious mind that loves to seek, loves new information and sourcing information and gathering data and knowledge. So it's always on alert for that, or for different opportunities for that to come about for it. So it really kind of keeps us in that mode, especially for some people, of always looking and seeking. Now, there's going to be some of us that, that task of having to look for something, we may not enjoy it and we may just go, oh, not again, or however it's going to show up for you. But there's not really much ease or enjoyment in looking for a solution. Well, we can change that as well. Yeah, I'm going to say right off the bat, the solution is already here. So if you don't agree with that, don't leave. Hang in here with me and let's see how you feel about it after I explain to you how I see this. Because I look at things from a variety of different perspectives. I like to show you, there's two sides to every coin, and that when we get locked into only seeing something from one side of the coin, one belief, one perception, one attitude, we're missing out. There's this whole range of information on the other side that we're not letting ourselves see or become aware of. And when you do, it really can open up your world and give you far more opportunities and different ways of looking at things. And some of them you're going to go, yeah, that doesn't work for me. And that's fine. But you know, you never know. Like sometimes there's going to be that little moment where it's like, oh, that's really interesting. Maybe I'll think about that. Or maybe I'll try that. So that's kind of where I hope we're going to go today. You know, are you open to the idea that the solutions are already here? Which perspective do we want to go to first? I mentioned about the conscious mind always seeking. You know, it loves to gather information. And then once we gather it, it stores it. It's a really great bank of thoughts and ideas. And then when we attach an emotion to it, that's what helps to bring it down and anchor it then into our subconscious. So the thoughts that you may have already had, like, Karen, there's no way that the solution's already here. That's based on information you've gathered, experience you have, and an emotion that you've attached to it, that's become your belief system. We're going to challenge that just a little bit today. We're going to see where we can go with this. Maybe, okay, I'll start with how I've been relying on the solution already being here for me for a while. The most prominent one in my mind right now is the last 8 days, or for 8 days, not on the Saturday and Sunday, but for 8 days, including today, I have been running a program on guided meditations to help with self-confidence. And every day so far, out of the 8, they've all been different guided meditations. Now, when I started the program, I really didn't have anything set in mind as to how it was going to flow. I knew that my intuition and my ability to tap in would provide me with some information. What I wasn't super comfortable with in the first couple of days was that this information wasn't arriving until like really close before we were starting. I have a call every morning between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And it's important to me that I be there. It helps set up my day. It's dedicated time for myself, for Karen. So I make absolutely every single effort to be there. Now, my meditation calls are at 7:15, 15 minutes later after I have finished my other call. So that gives me time to rearrange the computer a bit, to go get another glass of water, set things up, settle myself into a new energy for leading the meditation. So there's not much time there to really create the meditation. If I naturally wake up about 5:30 when I come to my desk and I ask, okay, what theme, what topic, like how am I going to approach the meditation this morning? And I just pause, ideas start to flow and I write them down, and then I'm ready before my call at 6 a.m. What I then started to do was I have been asking to be shown or given a theme or some guidance into how the meditation will flow, or maybe some key words before I go to sleep at night. And so I put that into my subconscious that I would like the solution, I would like guidance, I would like the answer in the morning when I wake up. I don't want to be thinking about it all night. I don't want to be dreaming about it. I don't want it to interrupt my sleep. I would like this information when I wake up. So when I wake up every day so far, I have an idea for the meditation. I can quickly write it down, make a couple of notes. Majority of the time, I just follow my intuition with it. but I have a theme. Like today's theme was talking about, stepping into leadership for yourself and having that confidence to be the leader of your own life. That arrived at 5:30 this morning. The solution was already there. It was my job to be in that space to receive it. So that's one example of how I'm working with this information and how this belief works for me. It was coming close to getting ready for today's show. And I knew I needed to get up and do something and just move my body a little bit. There was just something going on around me that I just was like, okay, what is this? Like, what is this? So I got up from my desk. I went and did something in another room. I listened to just a short 8 minutes of something I have recorded on my phone. And partway through it, I got an idea. I had something come to me for today's show. So I quickly wrote it down. And here we are. The solution was already there. The answer was there for me. I needed to do what I know works for me in order to be able to receive it. That's my job. The truth is, everything is around us. And we're going to look at this more and pay more attention to it. And I'll help you with understanding, at least I hope to help you with understanding how you can step into that energy, how you can be in that space to see the solution, to receive the information. Yeah, there's a question in the comment. Yeah, how do we get into that space? We'll get there, I promise. One of the things I want you to understand is how we think, what your normal thought process is when you're presented with either the need to or the desire to find a solution. Like, I want you to know what that thought process is when that arrives for you. Where do you normally go? Do you think like, here I am again? This is so much work. Or do you avoid it? Is finding solutions actually a chore or a difficulty or like just a heavy task for you? So maybe you create distractions. Maybe you have ways of something else coming up in your life that needs your attention, so you can't do it right now. So you actually create something that takes priority. And we do create these. You may think it comes from another person, but your energy is very involved. So slow your thought process down. Maybe even think to yourself now, okay, so remind yourself of the last time that you needed to find an answer to something. Can you remember how that felt in your body? Can you remember the thoughts that came up? You can also look back on all the evidence you have, all your personal experiences of when you've been trying to find an answer. How well did it go? Do you have more ease? Or the scale the other way, you have had more experience where it's been a little bit difficult. Take going to the fridge in the late afternoon, early evening. You've done nothing about figuring out dinner. You have a family that you are responsible for feeding. If you have children, they're too young. They can't get their own dinner, so you need to do so. You may have a partner that's going to be coming home who's working out of the house. You may be working from home or working out of the house too, but if it's your turn to make dinner and you come in and you look around the kitchen or you open the fridge, you open your pantry and you stand there and you go, hate deciding and choosing what to make for dinner. This is an example because this was me. The more you stay in that thought process of, I hate this, I never know what to make. There's nothing in there. Yet the shelves in your pantry have food on it, but there's nothing in there. You can open the fridge, and if you eat meat in your meat drawer, there could be 1 or 2 packages that have meat in it, but there's nothing in here. So your thought process for that, their way of looking at it, has already set you up for the outcome and how you're going to feel about it. And the more you do that, the more it becomes the cycle. The more that pattern is established, and the less likelihood, until you break the cycle, the less likelihood you're going to actually come up with an inspiring idea for something to cook, because you've already convinced yourself that you're not going to. Versus standing there and looking at it and thinking, okay, so what do I have? What's possible for me to make? And you open yourself up to seeing what's in the fridge or in your pantry from a different point of view. Not the one that there's nothing here, everything's so boring. But you're standing there from the point of view of, all right, what have I got? What can I make? How can I put this together? Oh, that might work. And then before you know it, your meal's prepared. From having a different perspective and choosing a different pattern of thinking. This is exactly the same way as to how it works. The solution to your dinner problem was in your fridge. It was in your pantry. But you couldn't see it. Think about that. Mull that over a little bit. I'm sure everybody listening here live with me now, and those of you who, will listen to the replay, you've experienced this. I'm quite confident you've experienced this. So give that a little thought. See how that lands in you. And we're going to go to our first break. So when we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit more about, okay, how do I approach getting into that mindset of changing how I am currently viewing finding a solution? So don't go away, everyone. Thank you again for being here with me on Cultivating Kindness with Karen here on the Inspired Choices Network. As a team, as all the hosts and the team we have behind us, we are always so grateful every time you choose to come to the Inspired Choices Network and support us, listen to our shows. It means so much to me when you like a show, leave a comment. Like, that is so much fun. It really is. Or when you share it and you send the link to someone, or you send them to the Inspired Choices Network saying, oh, go look for Karen Leslie. Go look for this show. I think you'll really enjoy it. I mean, please keep it up. It really does help. And I so appreciate each and every one of you for your support that way. All right, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes, everybody, and we'll carry on with seeing how the solution is already right here with all of us right now. All right, we'll be right back.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. I had a little chuckle as I was listening to the commercials or whatever you want to call them that were just playing, and it was saying, opening up the energy of empowerment. And in my head, I went, opening up the energy of your fridge, opening up your pantry. And I was like, that's the same thing. It really is. The choices we make do directly, absolutely, 100% directly impact what will happen next. So, yes, your choices can open up the energy of empowerment within yourself. Even think about that from the perspective of what we just talked about in the first segment of you open up the fridge and you look in and you see, right? Nothing there that I want to make for dinner. There's nothing here to put together to make a dinner. Versus, oh, okay, I see that I do have chicken. All right, fine. All right. Oh, and there's a bag of carrots. Okay. If you shift your perspective on it and you choose to say, oh, I've got chicken. Oh, and I've got carrots. I can do something with that. Versus, oh, yeah, there's chicken. Oh, yeah, there's carrots in the back. How you look at things and the choices you make as a result of that dynamically impact what happens next. So you will be either doing something with chicken and carrots and not being into it and just kind of even like begrudging the task of making dinner. Or you can be, oh, all right, I could do this. And then when you lighten it up and you change and you think, okay, so what would be the easiest way to do this? Or what would be the most flavorful way to do this? And you shift how you look at it. Then you open up the opportunity for another thought to come in. But if you're staying focused on, I don't even want to cook chicken, then you're not likely to get too creative with it. But if you are in that space of, all right, this is what I've got. I can do this. Other ideas will come forward with more ease. Because the solution to what you could make for dinner is already here. Another solution can be picking up the phone and ordering something. That's also a solution. It's all where we stand and how we look at it. Watch your thinking. This is really, it's going to really take that path throughout the show. We need to be aware of our thoughts and how they are limiting us and where they're getting in the way. How you choose to look at something will open up more doors, or just keep one just very, very small, just a little crack open in front of you. What are your most common thoughts when you know you need to find a solution for something? Right? I touched on this. Know what they are. Do they work for you? Are they actually really helpful? If you get no, then the question is, why do you continue to work with them? The most likely answer is because that's just what's programmed. That's your habit. That's your autopilot kicking in. Right? Understand why you're choosing those thoughts. And also understand what those thoughts are stopping. What are those thoughts keeping you resisting? What are those thoughts preventing you from being aware of? When we go through the days and we don't wish to look for something new, we don't wish to look for an alternative, we don't wish to add something to the day, then we become very robotic, autopilot, and in a pattern that gains greater and greater hold on us every day. This can be very difficult. It really can. It can make a huge difference in your ability to see the solution that's already here. I guess the question really is, are you open to seeing the solution right away and with ease, maybe even with fun? For some of you, actually, you enjoy the pattern, the task, the steps you take to find a solution. For some, it can be sort of a bit of a martyr energy. Some are going to be looking for a pat on the back because you've let them know, you've let others know that this was tough. I had 2 things in the fridge, yet I made you a dinner. Because we look for some kind of praise or positive comment or something. We're looking for something from those around us. And so we maintain that pattern to keep receiving that same feedback. Now, the feedback may not be overly kind or generative to you, but it's what we're used to. And changing that can be really uncomfortable for some people. So, what are you aware of as I'm saying all of this as to what is it like for you when you have a task ahead of you and a solution needs to be found? What's your automatic go-to? We are surrounded by learning experiences all the time. They're everywhere. And if you're not seeing them, then this is also another good clue for you that you are cutting off your ability to be aware of other opportunities or possibilities around you. There's so much constantly changing around us. And if you're willing to embrace that and not have it throw you off and not be looking at it as a problem, then what can it give you? Right? Yeah, someone's saying in the chat, yeah, that's a yucky pattern I would like to change. Well, you can. You absolutely can. How you look at things is going to be how they're set up for you. So all of these learning experiences are here for us. It's our choice as to whether we want to participate with them or even see them. And then if you do choose to participate with them, how would you like to do so? The more we choose to be aware of other serendipitous opportunities or coincidences or just see things happening, then the more opportunities we have for something really cool to arrive. How you look at them and your intention is going to greatly influence the outcome. You can always, I'm hearing the word renegotiate. You can always renegotiate how you would like to work with an energy or with an opportunity. You have full choice. You can look, as you're looking for that solution, you can set some parameters as to how you would like it to show up or what type of information it's going to give you. So you're in the fridge and you're looking, and somebody in your family cannot eat, we'll say mushrooms. Their body is sensitive to mushrooms. They can't eat mushrooms. Well, then you're not going to be seeking a solution for dinner that has mushrooms in it. So you can set these parameters and ask for information to come in different ways. Like I asked for it to come in overnight while I was sleeping without disturbing me and to give me the answer in the morning for the guided meditations. you can do that as well. Never lose sight of the fact that you are the essential person in every activity or equation or task that you are undertaking or involved in. When you remember that you're the essential person, then you will bring forward what you are able to work with as well. Even if it seems at first like it's a solution that's beyond your capacities or abilities, that may happen. It happens a lot. But then after that, you're going to then either be introduced to somebody or remember somebody or know where to look to get that extra expertise that's required for that solution to be successful. We don't have to do it all on our own. We have to be available and aware to see the possibilities. We're going to go to our break. We have our second one here with us already. So please stay with me. And I'm going to talk more specifically when we get back about how this actually works and how to get into that space of seeing the solutions that are nearby with with a little more clarity than I've done so far for you, because I know this is really important. So be sure to join us after the break. Don't go away. Maybe go get a glass of water, but these breaks are really quick. So we will see you on the other side here on the Inspired Choices Network with lots more to share with you. All right, don't go away, everyone. We will be right back.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being here with me today. It really is fun hanging out with you. And remember, you can send me an email anytime you like. Karen@KarenLeslie.ca, and it's Leslie for the spelling of Leslie. And you can find me in all different social media platforms as well. It's really very, very simple to find me. All you need to do is choose to do so. And the solution on how to find me is already here. Didn't that work out nicely? Because I am very easy to find through social media. And you now have my email as well. I got laughter in the chat, right? How good was that? All right, so I've talked about how important it is to recognize what your thoughts are and sort of that frame of mind you've got before you even start to look for a solution. You know now, and I don't think I need to keep going over this, right, that you can actually make it more difficult for yourself depending on your past experiences and your points of view about it and different belief systems you've got. You've got that you can work with. Now, to help with reframing that, and if that's not something that you've had too much difficulty with, So where do we go next? One of the things you can look at is, what is it that you wish this solution to give you? What is it solving for you? Right? We've got the dinner example where, yeah, food, a meal. Right? So when you know generally sort of the outcome that you would like, then you can be looking at seeking the solution from that perspective. Focusing in on the end goal or the end result from what it is, how it will help you. When you know, in general, the outcome that you're desiring, then you will focus in on it from a different perspective. So you actually engage yourself in the solution. You can ask yourself questions like, all right, so if I already had the solution on how to make the dinner party go easier, and I see the dinner party I'm holding as being a success, I see everyone having a really good time, and yet my solution I'm looking for can be, okay, where am I going to put the people in my house? How am I going to set up my table? I've never done this before, so I'm not sure what people will expect. How many courses am I serving? How long is it going to take for me to prepare everything? At what point can I say, okay, we're done, time to go home? So whatever it might be. But if you have a sense as to how you want that evening to feel, how you want it to be at its close, then that will actually help you in finding your solutions. The solutions are there. How you're going to look for them depends on you. So looking at it from the end result perspective can be really helpful. Then you've got the space of calling in, like I did, the invisible help, help from the invisible realm, and asking for assistance. This method can work well if you are comfortable with or enjoy meditating. Information can come through that way. Try the one we're asking for the help overnight and see if it's there in the morning. Remember to ask. Okay, so what have you got for me? You can work with prayer. You can work with specific intentions. You can journal or free write and just let ideas flow without judgment of any of them. And then look at what you've written down and see which ones pop off the page. Is there one in particular that catches your attention and you can look at it and go, oh, I wonder how this can help. Or if I do this step, I wonder what that will then bring forward next. Because sometimes it can be multiple steps to getting the solution that you desire. A really great question you can ask is, how can this be easier? Simple. How can this be easier? How can I look at this in a new way? How can I look at this from a different perspective? This changes the energy around you. It gives that conscious mind, that one that's looking for information, that one that's seeking out knowledge, gives it a job. And it starts to go look for something that may be different instead of the same, reinforcing an old pattern or way of doing things. That can be so helpful. All the while being in that energy or space of, I will find it. This will be easy. Relax your focus on it. If you become very laser focused, really pinpointed as to the specific outcome you want, you will close off other opportunities and ideas from coming to you because they won't fit that very narrow objective that you've got. So to be more open-minded, to allow ideas and thoughts to come in that may or may not work is actually really helpful, because you truly do close doors when you become super laser focused. It will prevent new ideas from emerging for you that really could be the springboard of so much more in other areas of your life. So leave that space, be comfortable, learn maybe to be comfortable of being that space of seeing something new, seeing various different options that may not fit the way you're used to doing things. Another way is it goes beyond just widening your focus and relaxing, in that you truly just relax. You walk away, go have a nap, go for a walk outside, move your body, do some exercising. Take a half hour, go do yoga, read a book, but do something that takes your attention and your focus on it in another direction. When we relax, right? When you truly calm down all of the thoughts and processes that you're used to working with, you open up for additional ideas and space. I know that there are some of you out there that can totally relate to this. You've been seeking something, you've been looking for a title for something you have to write, or you're writing a proposal for work and you're just like stuck in one of the segments of it. You put it aside. You may just leave it for a day or two, or you just put it aside and you go and do something else. And it's even better to go and do a task that's not still work related, but take yourself out of that environment and go do something very different, like walk or nap. Now, if you work in a corporation or at a store or somewhere, naps may not be an option. But when you go on your break or you go for your lunch, take it differently. Do something else to shift the energy within your body and in how you are thinking. And it makes a really big difference. Lots of you will have had ideas or inspiration come forward to you while doing something very different. For me, one of the areas where a lot of ideas comes through is when I have a shower. So if you're working from home, go have a shower or have a bath in the middle of the day. See what that does for you. There's an endless list of options if you just give yourself a few moments to think about it and ask, okay, what else can I be doing? Ask your body, hey, body, what would you like to be doing right now? What would be a contribution to you so that we are open to finding a solution? We are open to seeing the solution that's here. It's really powerful. It works so, so well. Question is, are you open to trying it? Or are some of those thoughts coming back in saying, but I could never do that. I'm too busy. I can't take a nap. Do you have a preconceived idea or judgment about having a nap during the day? Or just going to bed earlier at night? Or getting up earlier? starting your day in a different way. How do you set up your day? Do you set it up so that you are actually open to seeking new solutions or seeing new solutions when you need to? Think about that. What could happen in your day if you start your day with, okay, today I am going to be open to seeing solutions and answers all around me to anything that comes up that requires that today. I am going to be open today to thinking outside of the box, to having no box. Get rid of the box. The box isn't helpful. And see how your day goes. See how much ease and flow comes through on the days that you choose to do that. Hey, we have our last break. We're going to go for that right now. When we come back, I'll do my best to wrap this all up for you on truly getting that idea that the solution is already here. And it's just up to us to be able to see it. Right. Don't go away, everyone. This is a very short break. I'll be back with you very quickly. Thanks so much.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. For those of you watching, you may have seen, there it is again, me touching my nose and a few things during that break. That's always an indication that there's information coming through. So I paused and I said, all right, what would you like me to say before the show's over? And here's what I got. The universe never has a void in it. There is never a lack of options, a lack of choice, or a lack of possibilities. They all run abundantly, constantly. When you believe that, then you also will believe that the solution is right here now. You will not be given a task, a problem, something that needs a solution, the responsibility of making dinner for your family. You will not be given these activities or this way of being without there being a solution for it. This is part of our learning. This is part of bringing to our awareness how we're thinking and how we keep ourselves stuck and how we actually put the barriers up to receiving from the universe, from God, from divine, however you phrase for yourself. Everything is in abundance, including the solutions. We truly never have no choice. We truly never have another option. We may think we do. We maybe have had others tell us, well, there's only one way to do this. There's only one option. You only have one choice. But that's based on their perception, their agenda, and the outcome, truthfully, that they want. You always have the ability to see more than you're currently aware of. We are never without solutions. The question is, how easy would you like to be able to access them? How much more ease would you like in your life? Every morning, I write down 10 things I'm grateful for. Some of them stay the same. And this is one that pretty well makes it every day. I may miss it the odd day, but it is, I am so grateful for the ease and flow of my day. So when I set my day up like this, everything works together in a way that has an ease to it. Now, this doesn't mean that there's not hiccups, there's not bumps, there's not unseen events or something happening. But because of my outlook, how I approach it, how I'm going to work with it is still with ease and flow. Because I know that the solution is there. It's up to me. Am I going to be so laser focused that I can't see it? That I just like, it has to be this way? Or am I going to say, all right, what's possible here? What am I not aware of? That if I could see it or become aware of it, could totally change how I handle this. This makes it easy to step into that space of believing and experiencing and gathering the evidence that the solution is already here. When we come out of being reactive, come out of our personal agendas, come out of anger being our first response to something, we allow ourselves to be aware of so much more and to have far greater choice in every aspect of our day and our living. Personal, business, doesn't matter. Child rearing, doesn't matter. It's up to you. You can totally do it. I can help you do it if that's something you want as well. But it is based on you and the perceptions and beliefs that you want to hold on to. Recognize the ones that for whatever reason you're fearful of letting them go. There's so much information there. Why does anything have to be done only in a certain way? Now, sure, you could go into like electricity, and if you just put these two wires have to go together so we don't have something that goes kaboom. I get it. But on a day-to-day aspect, you have choice. Before we run out of time, I just want to let you know next week's show is called The Upside to Letting Go. That works so well. What are you afraid to let go of? What did you hear today that you feel you really need to hold on to that might be making it harder for you to see the different solutions that are possible for you? So maybe you might want to join next week. We'll see where that goes. But know that the universe is always providing you with options. Divine wants nothing more than for you to have choice and to experiment and to feel and to know what works for you, not because somebody said this is right for you. Empower yourself to try new ways. Step into being the leader of your own life. The benefits and the rewards are plentiful. And I'm always here to guide you and help you if that would be of assistance to you. And remember, call in your waves of kindness.
Thank you for listening to Cultivating Kindness with Karen. Karen Leslie returns Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can find Karen at KarenLeslie.ca and follow her on social media. Until next Wednesday, Karen is sending you waves of kindness for a fabulous week. Remember, it's only you who has the power to be and receive the kindness required to change your life.